What up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee Talk back with some crime news, and we're talking some disturbing crime news on so many levels. Something that sounds like it's right out of the movies, or something that sounds like it's something right out of like some crazy drug binge that's been going on for weeks and someone's delusional out of their mind. Shout out to my subscriber, Lorette, for tapping in with me. But the guy that you're seeing in the mug shots is 25-year-old, and bear with me because I may not pronounce this that good, but Joel Arciniega-Saenz. He's 25, as I stated, out of Los Cruces, New Mexico. I used to always hear them talk about that city on Breaking Bad. And what happened was, back on the 20th, he was arrested as the police were getting blown up. People were like, yo, you got to get right over to the park ASAP, because they could not believe what they saw. And neither could the police when they got there. When they arrived, this guy, Joel, was chilling, sitting down with a knife in the ground, stabbed into the ground, blood all over his shirt, and a decapitated, severed head next to him. And then about 10 yards away was the body of 51-year-old James Garcia. Now, Joel admitted to the crime. He confessed right on the spot when the police came up to him, and he claimed that James Garcia had violated his wife 4 years ago, that he was a wicked individual, a wicked one. And he also mentioned some story about the guy robbing his wife of her belongings, and said that, you know, he tracked him down to this park where, listen to this, y'all, he confronted him, took a switchblade from James, and hacked his head off with the switchblade. Like, how sharp is the switchblade? Does that even sound possible to you guys? Like, does that even sound possible? Hit the comments, y'all. There was said to be a bunch of stab wounds all over the body. And like I said, this just sounds so unbelievable, like something out of a horror movie. Now, the story that he said about his wife, the police, you know, are saying that when they question him about who his wife was, etc., he, you know, didn't fill them in properly. Like, he didn't elaborate on who his wife was exactly. And a family member of the deceased, you know, you'll see a post, I believe it's a Facebook post of hers, where it's a picture of the victim, and she's claiming that, you know, there's no way possible that that guy did the wicked allegations that, you know, the killer is, that Joel is saying he did. I still can't believe a switchblade, though. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't sound possible. Now, he also told police after he hacked his head off, he took his head into the street where he played soccer and kicked it at a dozen cars. Okay, so what do y'all think, guys? Joel isn't sounding like he's all there. But if someone did indeed violate your wife, you know what I'm saying, did some very wicked things to her, maybe you could lose it like that. That ass. But the fact that they're saying he couldn't, like, verify who his wife was, I don't know. Maybe they're divorced now. He lost track of her. Who knows? You guys let me know what you guys think. But that's not it. Joel was charged in the past with murder back in 2017, but the case was thrown out. Back in 2017, when Joel would have been 21, he was accused of killing Benjamin Isaac Montoya at the Townhouse Motel in Los Cruces. Now, that Joel was living there at the time, so I'm just throwing it out there, you know what I'm saying? Breaking Bad, always talking about Los Cruces, living in a motel. I know wherever you are in the country, a lot of times those are havens for drug activity. I mean, what do y'all think? Tap in. But basically, this guy Montoya, who was killed back then, and his girlfriend Dakota came to the motel where Joel was living, and were going to spend the night. And at some point, a fight broke out, and Montoya was fatally shot in the chest. Now, Once again, why would two people come over to a motel to just sleep over? I mean, they were friends. I don't know. Maybe were they partying all night? Who knows? But Joel told the detectives back then that he was outside having a smoke when the gunshots were fired, and the girlfriend, Dakota Ocampo, was questioned. She said that the guy may have been the shooter. You know what I mean? Sounded like she didn't want to snitch. I don't know. Joel also had the victim's blood on his shirt back then, just like he had this guy's blood on his shirt who he cut his head off in the park. So they must have talked to some other witnesses and whatnot, and he ended up being charged with the murder. It was kind of like not a lot of evidence, but they said, hey, let's charge this guy. We'll see what we can do. But then later, the girlfriend, Ocampo, had got arrested in a whole separate case, and she had a .38 caliber pistol, which matched the caliber of the weapon that killed her boyfriend. So based on that, and the murder weapon was never found. So based on that, the attorney that was representing Joel was able to get his case thrown out, dismissed. It never even went through the whole court process. And the victim from back then's sister has been talking to the media and just saying, you know, how sad she is, that she misses her brother, you know, that she knows this guy killed her brother, and that, you know, she just wishes he can't get out again this time because she doesn't want to see someone else get hurt because he's just like a violent guy. And I think it's pretty safe to say, with his full confession and the nature of the crime and everything that happened, him being caught red-handed or red-shirted, whatever you want to call it, I don't think this guy's gonna be seeing the light of day anytime soon, possibly ever. Does New Mexico have the death penalty? Y'all tap in. But she also spoke about too that there was a point in time that Joel like smashed up a coffee shop or something, wild out, and just, you know, did a bunch of destruction to a coffee shop, and he had a low bail, so he was able to get bailed out. But I don't know, man. This is an absolutely wild story. When you like look at this guy, I know you're not supposed to judge anything based on looks. He has that cold stare in his eyes, like just some kind of cold-blooded killer or something. I don't know, but I'm guessing drugs are involved. You guys let me know what you think. Hit them comments. As always, y'all, if you're new to the J Coffee Talk channel, that's what we do over here. We talk it up on all different topics: music, news, sports, crime stories, crime news, true crime, like we're talking about right now, and much more. That's what we do. So join the discussion. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. We'll definitely bring updates on this story as they develop. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.